The Philippine-American War, spanning from 1899 to 1902, was a significant conflict between the United States and the Philippines following the Philippine Declaration of Independence from Spain. This article provides an overview of the Philippine-American War, its causes, key events, and its impact on the Philippines and the broader context of colonialism in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Causes of the conflict. The Philippine-American War had several underlying causes: Spanish colonial rule and Philippine independence aspirations. The Philippines had been under Spanish colonial rule for over 3 centuries. However, inspired by the ideals of nationalism and self-determination, Filipino revolutionary forces led by Emilio Aguinaldo sought independence from Spanish rule. Treaty of Paris and U.S. annexation. Following the Spanish-American War, the Treaty of Paris transferred the Philippines from Spanish to American control. This abrupt change in colonial administration led to tensions between the Filipino nationalists and the United States. Disagreements over Philippine sovereignty. The United States initially expressed support for Philippine independence, but later shifted towards establishing colonial control over the archipelago. This shift in policy created a fundamental disagreement between the Filipino revolutionaries and the American government. Key events of the war. The Philippine-American War was marked by several significant events. Declaration of Independence and outbreak of hostilities. On June 12, 1898, the Philippines declared independence from Spain. However, the United States did not recognize the declaration and tensions escalated into armed conflict between Filipino forces and the American military in February 1899. Guerrilla warfare and resistance. Filipino forces, employing guerrilla warfare tactics, resisted the American occupation. The conflict was characterized by hit-and-run attacks, ambushes, and protracted battles in various regions of the Philippines. American military operations and occupation. The United States deployed significant military resources to suppress the Filipino resistance. American forces conducted large-scale military operations, including the capture of major cities and the establishment of military bases. Capture of Emilio Aguinaldo and end of the war. In March 1901, Filipino revolutionary leader Emilio Aguinaldo was captured by American forces, leading to a decline in organized resistance. The conflict persisted, albeit on a smaller scale, until its official end in July 1902. Consequences and lasting impact. The Philippine-American War had significant consequences for the Philippines in the wider context of colonialism. Loss of Filipino lives and destruction. The war resulted in the loss of thousands of Filipino lives, including combatants and civilians. The conflict caused widespread destruction of infrastructure, economic disruption, and displacement of communities. Suppression of Philippine independence movement. The war led to the suppression of the Philippine independence movement and the establishment of American colonial rule over the archipelago. The United States governed the Philippines until its independence in 1946. Cultural and socio-political impact. The war had a profound impact on Philippine society and culture. It fueled a sense of nationalism and resistance against foreign domination. The experience of armed struggle and occupation shaped the collective memory and identity of the Filipino people. Lessons for U.S. imperialism. The Philippine-American War served as a significant lesson for the United States in terms of imperial ambitions and the challenges of occupying and administering foreign territories. The conflict raised debates about the ethical dimensions of American expansionism. Conclusion. The Philippine-American War was a consequential conflict that emerged from the aspirations of Philippine independence and the U.S. pursuit of colonial control. It resulted in the subjugation of the Philippines under American rule and had lasting impacts on the Filipino people's fight for self-determination.